Ada tengah suara-suara tak? I unmute already. Boleh dengar?
So I assume that all the riders is here. Okay, so I want to say congrats to everyone because 60% of you is all below the brackets. Okay, so our organizing team, in fact, decided to revise the time bracket. Okay, so this will be the time bracket, and sooner I will paste in the group. So for Allstars will be below 1 minute 05. 105 is Allstars. Okay, Super Sport nothing. For Master, the new bracket will be 105 to 107. For GB Master, GB Pro will be 107 to 109. And GPX will be 109 to 111. And for rookies will be 111 above. This will be a new time bracket. Okay, so IU was sent now into the group. You can refer in the group the new bracket. Anyone want me to repeat again, or you will refer to the group? Good. So, any problem, questions? Anyone? Yeah.
So the time bracket also reflect the qualifying or not?
No, because based on the qualifying, with the new bracket, everyone is now. Because only got very few riders. Two riders is far from the bracket.
So 2 riders is 177 and
I know the fella.
so riders 177 and 172. Please come to meet me after this. 177 and 172.
Yeah, so majority everyone is with the new bracket. Everyone is all in the same group. Okay, so. No, everyone is 2 seconds down. because we based on the percentage. You see the percentage. So it's 60%. Mostly all is 2 seconds below. So it's okay. It's open to discussions.
How about the starting grid is going to base on the current?
Yeah, it's a qualifying. Nothing to do with your previous qualifying. You don't need to do qualifying again.
Yeah, but the time bracket for those that were playing within the bracket, it should be honored.
Because with the new bracket, almost everyone is in the bracket.
Correct. But then the starting grid differs already. Because those that were playing with the bracket, we were playing with the bracket. But then with the new rule, those that were not playing within the rules,
Yeah.
they suddenly get a free pass on that.
That's why this is a meeting form. So if this is open to discussions, because of this, So okay, so the standard rules for like these 7 changes on rules, if for one person not agree, we will use back the old bracket, meaning that most of everyone will be in another world.
For the race bracket, makes sense because that's the result already, right? But for the qualifying, those that play within the bracket,
Yeah, because we cannot redo. That's why it's simple. If let's say you're not agree, okay, you agree on the time bracket, but you're not agree on the starting grid, we can't do anything. So if you don't agree on the starting grid, the answer will be you're not agree with the changes. So if one person not agree, everything back to the original regulations bracket, which is the morning one. Not agree. Then, okay. No, qualifying, no, nothing. If we are going to follow the bracket, the qualifying bracket with the previous bracket, 60% of people is everywhere. I mean, most of people will bump up. Some people will go into Allstars, some people will go to Pro and Masters. We are okay because it's the rules. It's because of we see is 60% above of people is 2 seconds down. Fasters, I mean. So it's okay, that's why we go out for this meeting.
I understand your point.
Yeah, I understand. We all
your
understand.
point. But it's just that if we were to do that, the result would even more messier. Because you see,
about it. Either you accept or
yeah,
You accept with the time bracket, then you have to accept with your starting grid position. Or you don't accept with the bracket, you can't like you accept the time bracket, but you don't accept with the grading position, then we can't do anything. We can like manually pick you and then.
You can't change the rules. They're not changing the rules. Okay, okay. Semua All-Star. So we're not here to change the rules. Okay, it's the discussion, it's time bracket. You accept it or don't accept it, it affects qualifying and your race. That's all. You accept or don't accept. No need to give us proposals, nothing. There's no time for that. The rain also might come. And the rain throws everything out there, by the way. So quickly decide, yes or no.
If one person not accept, so we will use back the old bracket. Okay, so you guys somehow we will. Most of the riders will be going into different categories. So we need times to change the category and let everyone know about your new category. Okay, so I give 10 seconds. Good. Agree? Not agree? Don't be shy. It's okay because we are here to say for fun, race, enjoy, and of course we want everyone to agree with the regulations. Whatever we're doing now is try to fit into current situations. If you say like, okay, no, it's not fair, or I follow the rules, I simpan minyak within the bracket, then it's okay. Then we can just follow back the old one. Yeah. Good? Anyone?
See why tanya any objection?
Yeah. Obligation, Nick? Okay. Okay.
Any objection?
Objections? No. So we assume that everyone agree on it? Not agree. I know. I just play around with you. Because you say hi.
Don't ask for yes.
Yeah.
ask any objections.
No?
5 seconds.
Okay.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, send. So the new bracket will be sent into the group. So the new schedules will be 10 minutes later than our current previous one. So we will also send in the group. Okay, thanks for everyone. Have a good break and enjoy your race. Sorry, rider you. Rider 177 and 172.
Okay, dah finish. Boleh buat interview, advertisement apa.
Kawan, kita hari ini berada dekat MSF SuperBike dan kita bersama dengan salah satu nama besar dalam super motoran kita, Mr. Arab Nuruddin. Okay, Arab. So, round one dah masuk, round 2 pun masuk. So, round 2 ni apa plan Adam untuk Sepang round 2 ni?
So, race lepas kita boleh nampak saya agak good fight dengan Abang Lana. So,
Baik.
finish di tempat kedua dalam 2 second tertinggal. So, target saya round ni of course untuk menang lah untuk round kedua ni. Team concentrate pada championship pada team, tapi saya of course target saya adalah untuk menang championship tu bagi diri saya sendiri lah. So, insyaAllah saya akan bagi terbaik. Semestinya kita tengok pada condition juga. Sebab malam tadi saya tahu full hujan. Terang. So, dan tengok macam mana nanti keadaan.
Untuk crowd MSF SBK ni nampak memang diorang looking forward better after Adam dengan Azlan lah. So apa perasaan Adam ni? Okay, memang ada, diorang expect memang ada battle besar lah kejap lagi. Adam macam mana dah?
Ya, saya tengok juga kat IG semua banyak. So of course expectation sangat tinggi lah. Especially saya pun ini preparation untuk SBK yang akan berlaku pada bulan depan ni. So ini adalah saya punya practice juga.
Baik,
So saya tak nak put everything on pressure kat diri saya. Sebab saya buat benda ni sebenarnya untuk training session bagi saya. So terima kasih juga mana yang support, mana yang kat Instagram, kat Facebook saya nampak banyak yang support. So saya harap mana yang dapat turun pada hari ini bagi support dan dorongan kami semua lagi ni.
Tuan-tuan perempuan yang mana nak jumpa Adam, bila tu repeat buat apa ni? Pit 4. Tuan-tuan perempuan jumpa Pit Adam, kami gambar dengan dia, jumpa kat Pit 4. Okay Adam, golak.
Terima kasih banyak. Selamat baik, Mati.
Ya, selamat ya. Okey, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, kita bersama dengan antara calon favourite lah untuk jadi juara kategori SSP untuk tahun musim 2005. So sir, introduce yourself. Your name is?
Hi, I'm Jeff. Yeah, this year I'm racing MSF Super Sport category.
Okay. Are you still training with Azlan Shah?
Yes.
Okay. So right now you are favourite to becoming a champion for SSP 2025. So what is your target? Also becoming a champion, definitely your target. So what is your setup for this coming round, this round?
For this round,
Yep.
because this round we are racing half track.
Yep.
So most important is the racing line. So Aslan,
Yeah.
coach, it's very important that the coach
Yeah.
to give guidance. So he reviewed on my racing line,
Alright.
advised me how to read complete racing line, some body position
Oh, okay.
and stuff
Okay.
to make me a better rider.
Okay. Okay. So what you feel today?
A little bit of nervous because today is raining,
Okay.
but still I will try my best.
Okay. Okay. So I think I don't want to disturb you anymore because you are definitely you want to build your momentum. So good luck for this round, Jeff Town. Maybe a champion SSP 2025. Okay. Okay, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, hari ini kita bersama dengan Santiran. Okay, Santiran, saya dimaklumkan tahun ni Santiran pakai new bike lah model. So, model apa ya saya nak pakai?
Sebelum ni Yamaha R1.
Alright.
This time saya pakai Kawasaki ZX-10
Okay.
2013.
Baik. So, kenapa tukar?
Kenapa tukar tu bukan nak cakap condemn motor ni atau itu,
Ya.
tetapi saya dapat rasa kemungkinan dengan yang ni akan dapat top speed yang lebih bagus lah compare dengan saya punya R1. So sebab tu try yang ni.
Try lah, kita try dulu. Okay.
Try dulu.
So, target you dengan new bike ni, apa you punya target? At least untuk round lah. So, what's your target? Actually?
Betul lah. Since last time, I always target is to do more better personal best. So sebelum ni dengan R1 pernah buat 2.19. And now with this last round I dapat 2.18.
Okay.
But since yang this round tu ni half track, so tak boleh nak fokus banyak.
Okay.
But my main target this year to do 217 or 16 lah pakai motor ni.
Okay, baik. Okay. So Sadiran, round 2 ni half track. So what is your expectation? I mean, confirm lah podium kan. Confirm kita menang. So apa you expect dengan half track ni?
Sebab half track, south track ni tak pernah main lagi, first time.
Okay.
So quite challenging.
Baik.
So untuk qualifying nanti nak belajar layout dia dulu. Dah habis belajar layout semua okay, nanti time race, the only target is to push to top 5.
Okay.
But at the same time have fun lah sebab 20 lap kan.
Okay.
Kita nak make sure kita finish race 20 lap
Betul.
with good stamina and top 5 lah kalau boleh.
Dah tak faham. Satu terus. Okay, Sadiran, good luck.
Thank you bro. Thank you.
Okay, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, kita bersama dengan juara SSP tahun 2024, Cik Zafir. So Zafir, tahun ni kenapa tak race?
Tak boleh sebab nak bagi chance kat orang lain kot. Tak. Sebenarnya tahun ni saya transition menjadi manager untuk team. So kita ada 3 rider, Zatira, Marcus, dua-dua super rookie.
Okay.
Kita ada Heng Sikiat dari Singapore dalam GP Master.
Oh, okay, nice. So last round Kira, kita main Kira
Yes,
So
Kira.
apa jadi kat Kira round 1 itu?
Okay, so Kira sebenarnya dalam round 1, race 2 dia ada sedikit bad incident lah. So basically dalam first lap, first turn, dia terlanggar belakang rider lain.
Baik.
Of course, first lap, first turn is always a mess. So dia terlanggar, then dia jatuh, and rider belakang terkena dia sikit.
Oh, okay.
So kalau tengok video memang dah viral lah itu. Kalau dapat tengok video memang nampak helmet dia terkena langgar oleh rider lain. So after that, kita orang regroup balik, work on the bike, repair everything. And now, she's back. Kita akan cuba yang terbaik. Sebab dia baru balik daripada Europe.
Oh, okay.
Dia dapat nombor 4 kalau tak silap dalam European Women's Championship. So harap-harap dapat podium lah untuk round ni.
Okay. So, you sebagai tour manager, so semua motor ni ada setup dia masing-masing. So, setiap motor ni apa yang you target?
Okay.
Podium ke atau ada yang mungkin you rasa you tak ada podium lagi, you hanya boleh buat improve best time juga macam mana?
Okay. So tahun ni line up kita orang more focus on development lah rather than result. Of course result tetap important sebab kita nak tunjuk sponsor kita, partner kita dah bertahun-tahun high ref.
Betul.
That we can do well for them. Tapi Marcus is coming from Supermoto.
Okay.
Dia pernah champion Super Rookie Supermoto, champion Advance, and now on Super Sport. Or rather Super Sport bike dalam kategori Super Rookie for the first time. So for him, target kita dia nak improve round by round and at least one podium by the end of the year.
Okay.
Untuk Kira pula, dia sebagai, I would say, walaupun junior tapi very experienced rider. We are helping her on her journey dari moving from 250 to 400 in Europe and getting on a 675 to help her because dia normal progression biasanya dari kecil 600 lepas tu ke Superbike. So kita nak bantu dia on that progression. And I love her spirit lah daripada dia jatuh hari tu. She got up immediately. Oh, what did I do wrong? How can I get better? It's a very good attitude. Ikia pula, dia champion last year, GP Master. So tahun ni kita ambil dia sebagai kita orang punya star rider lah. To try and win a race for it. Although it's a new bike setup, still a bit difficult, but we'll try our best lah to at least get a podium this round.
Alright. So, duduk kat pit mana ni? Duduk dekat pit mana?
Kita dekat pit P4 South Paddock.
Okay.
Kalau nak datang boleh datang.
Itu tanya tu sebab
Ambil gambar dengan
siapa
Kira.
nak jumpa dengan Kira ke atau nak jumpa Zafir sendiri untuk nak belajar bawa motor, jumpa Zafir. Kita main dah, champion dah. Okay, Zafir, good luck untuk team.
Thank you.
Right. Puan-puan, kita hari ini berada dekat MSF SuperBike. Dan kita bersama dengan salah satu nama besar dalam sukan motoran kita, Mr. Arab Nuruddin. Okay, Arab. So, round one dah masuk, round 2 pun masuk. So, round 2 ni apa plan Adam?
Sebab round 2 ni. So, race lepas kita boleh nampak saya agak good fight dengan Abang Lana. So,
Baik.
finish di tempat kedua dalam 2 second tertinggal. So, target saya round ni of course untuk menang lah untuk round kedua ni. Team concentrate pada championship pada team, tapi saya of course target saya adalah untuk menang championship tu bagi diri saya sendiri lah. So, InsyaAllah saya akan bagi terbaik. Semestinya kita tengok pada condition juga. Sebab malam tadi saya tahu full hujan. Terang. So, dan tengok macam mana nanti keadaan.
Untuk crowd MSF SBK ni nampak memang diorang looking forward better antara Adam dengan Azlan lah. So, apa perasaan Adam ni? Okay, memang ada, diorang expect memang ada battle besar lah kejap lagi. Tak ada macam mana dah.
Saya tengok juga kat IG semua banyak. So, of course, expectation sangat tinggi lah. Especially, saya pun ini preparation untuk fikir yang akan berlaku pada bulan depan. So, ini adalah saya punya practice juga. So, saya tak nak put everything on pressure kat diri saya. Sebab saya buat benda ni sebenarnya untuk training session bagi saya. So, terima kasih juga mana yang support, mana yang kat Instagram, kat Facebook saya nampak banyak yang support. So, saya harap mana yang dapat turun pada hari ini bagi support dan dorongan kami semua ni.
Tuan-tuan perempuan yang mana nak jumpa Adam, bila tu pit. Buat apa ni? Pit 4. Tuan-tuan perempuan jumpa pit Adam, kami gambar dengan dia, jumpa kat pit 4. Okay, Adam, good luck.
Terima kasih banyak. Selamat pagi, Mati.
Ya, selamat pagi. Okey, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, kita bersama dengan antara calon favourite lah untuk jadi juara kategori SSP untuk tahun musim 2005. So, sir, introduce yourself. Your name is?
Hi, I'm Jeff. Yeah, this year I'm racing MSF Super Sport category.
Okay. Are you still training with Azlan Shah?
Yes.
Okay. So, right now you are favourite to becoming a champion for SSP 2025. So, what is your target? Also, becoming a champion, definitely your target. So what is your setup for this coming round, this round?
For this round?
Yep.
Because this round we are racing half track.
Yep.
So most important is the racing line. So Aslan, coach, it's very important that the coach to give guidance. So he reviewed on my racing line.
Alright.
Advised me how to really complete the racing line, some body position,
okay,
and stuff
to
make me a better rider.
Okay. So what's your
Pit exit akan buka dalam 3 minit. Standby for the first group, Allstars, GP Master dan GP Pro. Pit exit akan dibuka dalam 3 minit. Standby for the first group, Allstars, GP Master and GP Pro. Go. Okey, boleh tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang berada di South Track, alright, grandstand. Okay, so selepas ini akan berlangsung for the first category sprint race strength lap, Allstars, GP Master and GP Pro for the Moto MSF round 2, round kedua ya. Tuan-tuan juga boleh saksikan secara live, okey, boleh saksikan the race secara live. Kita ada share di YouTube MSF Racing, di Facebook MSF Series Type saja. So kita ada bawakan secara live streaming perlombaan hari ini.
Let me check. I think I might have to turn off tau if I want to change the focus.
Alright, riders stand by. Stand by.
I got a feeling I need to reset the focus, but I have to turn off, so better not. Is it better when I zoom out? Bila I pergi wide macam mana? Okay, I'm going to do a Greek parade slowly, one by one. Repeat.
very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to us here at MSF. This is Saturday Racing. MSF Moto Superbikes here, Allstars, GP Master, and GP Pro. I'm Kelvin with the venerable Huiling next to me. Hello, Huiling.
Good afternoon, everyone. So we are back on track here live from the Sepang International Circuit South Track. So similar to what we witnessed yesterday with the four wheels, now back here with the Moto MSF Superbikes for round number 2. We're kicking things off with the final race of the Allstars, GP Masters and GP Pro. So all the teams and riders had the opportunity to have their paid practice earlier this morning, followed by qualifying, I think, about an hour or so ago. So things are still looking very fresh for all the teams and riders. Track conditions looking perfect to go racing here. The sun is out. So as you can see, we are live on the starting grid for the Allstars, GP Master and GP Pro. So on the front row, we should have the top 3 from the Allstars Pro, starting with Adam Nordin, clocking a fastest lap time of 1:03.455 to take pole earlier this afternoon, followed by Aslan Shah. So he will be starting from the middle of the front row. And this time around, instead of a BMW, we will see Aslan competing on the Ducati here in round 2 with a brand new team. Amir Izzat will start alongside our 2 All-Stars riders. So Amir Izzat on the BMW S1000R S1000 as well. So that's the front row for the All-Stars.
That's right. So 3 different manufacturers on the front of the grid there. We have a Suzuki flanked by a Ducati as well as a BMW there. You're looking at the mid-pack grid now. We are in number 11 and number 44, which is Sankaran and Amin Ashari in the GP Pro category. Those of you who are new to the series, we have this MSF Moto Superbikes here, and All-Stars are those that are below 105 for the South Track. GP Masters 105 to 107 and GP Pro 107 to 109 going racing soon.
Yep. So for the GP Masters, I think we can probably get a glimpse of him on the start of row number 2. So Go Jiahao leading the way for the GP Masters. And then for the GP Pro, our poleman is in grid position number 8. So Tobias Krebs on the Suzuki. So he will be starting things off for the GP Pro. So in total for the All-Stars, we have four riders. For the GP Masters, 7 riders, and for the GP Pro, 8 riders. So let's see if we can get a rundown of the starting grid. So we'll go through it one more time so we can take a look. So it looks like the grid is ready. If the green flag is being waved, they will be flagged off for their one and only warm-up lap. So once again, here's a look at the starting grid.
So on pole position, we have Adam Noridin on the left side, followed by Aslan Shah, Amir Izzat Rosali, followed by Go Jiahao, Michael Chan, Irshad Bakri, Heng Sikiat, Tobias Krebs, and Imran Hassan.
So then in P10, we have Fahmi Abdul Wahab. Raudato will start from 11, Kamaru Isha in 12, Muhammad Faiz 13, Sankaran in 14, Amin Ashari in 15, Santiran in 16, Wesley Lim in 17, Muhammad Ezris in 18.
And rounding up the grid is Idham Fathris Mazlan, Eric Chi, Hamzi Ramzi, Lau Wei Der. Rounding up the entire grid of 22 bikes here on this very, very packed South Track.
Yeah, so compared to round 1, which we had a very, very super sprint, 5 laps full track race, this time around it will be 20 laps for the riders here. A slightly longer race with a shorter course. But if it's what we know about the Moto MSF Superbike riders, we look forward to a very exciting, action-packed race. So keep an eye, especially on the mid-pack, I would say. But of course, our attention will be on the front runners, including Adam and Aslan. So in round number 1, Aslan Shah emerged victorious for round 1, with Adam taking 2nd place twice. Based on his qualifying lap time so far, Adam is showing a very impressive lap times here today. So let's see how he can manage that, as well as how Aslan would take his race experience for the next 20 laps.
So as our racers come to grid for the last time this day today, there's only 3 races to go, and you're watching the Allstars GP Master and GP Pro categories about to go racing. About 20 laps, exactly 20 laps as what Hui Ling has mentioned just now, with a lap time of approximately 1+ minutes. Every lap we expect a 20-minute lap of adrenaline rush that will happen right here at Sepang International. So those of you tuning
all right, so we see
online,
one rider actually have his hand up. I'm not sure if he's in the wrong grid position. So it looks like two riders are on the same grid spot. Wait, all right, so a few riders in the back waving. Let's see if the marshals will hit on track to help him out. Yeah, I think one rider in the wrong grid position. There you go. So it's one grid per bike. So I'm glad we got that sorted out. As the green flag is being cleared, we will keep an eye on the 5 red lights ahead.
it's lights out and away we go
So
racing.
that is a very slow start there from Adam Noruddin. Aslan Shah takes the whole shot right into turn 8. So huge mistake there from Adam. Not sure if he missed the start, but looks like he's fallen behind, I think, to 4th or 5th. So there you go. In the lead now, Aslan Shah followed by Amir Izzat. So let's see if we can see where did Adam end up.
At the start there, a bit of a lift from the bike there. So as a result, losing some traction and not getting a really good start. So Aslan Shah now in the firm lead. However, with the BMW closely into him, into turn 12 now. There we go, side by side into 12. This is only lap 1.
I think that is Adam chasing Aslan once again in second. We'll get a confirmation as they cross the start-finish straight. I think, yeah, so Adam has managed to recover from his little fumble from the start. He's now on the hunt for Aslan. It's a two-way battle in the front for the All-Stars Pro. He's in third. So for the All-Stars, the GP Masters, we can see Ishak Barki has moved himself up to 4th, leading the way for the GP Pro. It is Kamaru Izzat in 5th.
And a mistake from Aslan Shah there. We'll see Adam Noruddin and Amir Izzat go past as well. And now the Suzuki man is in the lead. The Mobilub Suzuki Racing man is in the lead.
So we can see how comfortable Adam is on the Suzuki compared to Aslan. I would say Aslan does not have that much experience competing on the Ducati. So we'll see how he fares out in the next couple of laps. So Amir Izzat doing everything he can to take advantage of Aslan's mistake. He has moved himself up to 2nd. The best positions we've seen Amir Izzat in this season. So Ishak Barki keeping up with the All-Stars Pro. Kamaru Izzat in there as well for the GP Pro.
So huge winner there, Kamaru Izzat, jumping our previous leader Tobias Krebs and going up into the lead of the GP Pro class there. So great start from Kamaru just now. And Adam Noruddin really piling on the speed right now as he pulls out a 1.5 second gap to Amir Izzat, with Aslan Shah a further 1.5 second behind as well.
Yep, Adam clocking a time of 1:03.417, very close to his top qualifying lap time. Aslan lapping almost 3 seconds slower than our race leader, so not where he wants to be at the moment. But we're going to see if we can go further down to catch a few battles in the mid-pack as well between the GP Masters and the GP Pro. So looks like Aslan is falling down our lap timing. So not sure if we can catch what happened. So Aslan Shah has fell all the way down the lap timing. So not sure if we can catch exactly what happened, but Resuming to the front, it is still Adam Noruddin from Amir Izzat. Ishrat Barkri is the leader for the GP Master, moving himself to 3rd overall. Dr. Mike in 4th. So we have a change for the GP Pro as well. So Radatul Rasman has taken over the lead for the GP Pro, pushing Kamarul Izzat down to 2nd. So a few changes there. We're going to try to see if our cameraman can settle in.
Oh.
So the red flag is being shown at the moment. I think it's due to the incident at turn 8. I think there was a bike down. So the red flag is being shown with 17 laps to go.
This will definitely be a restart in a while. So we spy with our eye there's some incidents on track there on turn number 8.
Alright, so I think we got a glimpse of the medical team trying to clear the rider at turn 8. So we'll keep you guys updated on that. While for now, with the red flag being shown, all riders are back to the pit lane, but not into the paddock. So they have to remain out on the pit lane to await the updated instructions from race control.
Yeah, so according to our timing charts here, it has to be either Azlan Shah or Muhammad Faiz Rosman who has not come back to the pits over here and perhaps had an incident there. So red flag is called for now. So Hui Ling, what will happen after this? We will have another grid restart?
It depends on the race control, but it should be a quick start procedure. So they will decide on the grid position. But we can see Adam there in the front, bike number 77. So they are, most of them getting off their bike, just trying to stay cool with the heating, with the hot track conditions here. We are in the mid-afternoon.
Yes, incredibly hot down here at Sepang with the sweltering heat. Umbrellas are out and bikes are stopped. Some of them already on stands just to cool them down for a little bit. Portable air coolers out in force as well. So definitely we are looking at a little bit of a red flag situation here. So waiting for race control to issue the next instructions about the race. But at the moment we have most of our riders back into the pits for now. Sorry, on the pit lane.
Alright, so while we await the latest update, so this is the live feed from our pit lane. So while the race control evaluates the situation, we will take a quick break and we will be back with more updates.
See you soon.
Korban kita hari ini berada dekat MSF SuperBike dan kita bersama dengan salah satu nama besar dalam super motoran kita, Mr. Arab Nuruddin. Okay, Arab. So, round one dah masuk, round 2 pun masuk. So, round 2 ni apa plan Adam untuk Sepang round 2 ni?
So, race lepas kita boleh nampak saya agak good fight dengan Abang Lan lah. So, finish di tempat kedua dalam 2 second tertinggal. So, target saya round ni of course untuk menang lah untuk round kedua ni. Team concentrate pada championship pada team, tapi saya of course target saya adalah untuk menang championship tu bagi diri saya sendiri lah. So, InsyaAllah saya akan bagi terbaik. Semestinya kita tengok pada condition juga. Sebab malam tadi saya tahu full hujan. Terang. So, saya tengok macam mana nanti keadaan.
Untuk crowd MSF SBK ni nampak memang diorang looking forward better antara Adam dengan Azlan lah. So apa perasaan Adam ni? Okay, memang ada, diorang expect memang ada battle besar lah kejap lagi. Tak ada macam mana lah.
Ya, saya tengok juga kat IG semua banyak. So of course expectation sangat tinggi lah. Especially saya pun ini preparation untuk LPK yang akan berlaku pada bulan depan. So ini adalah saya punya practice juga. So saya tak nak put everything on pressure kat diri saya. Sebab saya buat benda ni sebenarnya untuk training session bagi saya. So terima kasih juga mana yang support, mana yang kat Instagram atau Facebook saya nampak banyak yang support. So saya harap mana yang dapat turun pada hari ini bagi support dan dorongan kami semua ni.
Satu perempuan yang mana nak jumpa Adam bila tu pit buat apa ni? Pit 4. Tuan perempuan jumpa pit Adam, kami gambar dengan dia jumpa kat pit 4. Okey Adam, pula.
Terima kasih banyak. Selamat pagi, Mati.
Ya, selamat pagi. Okey tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, kita bersama dengan antara calon favourite lah untuk jadi juara kategori SSP untuk tahun musim 2005. So sir, introduce yourself. Your name is? Hi, Anja.
We going live?
Alright, so we are back with our live feed here from the pit, right before the pit exit. So as you can see, all riders back on the bike, ready to go racing. So the confirmation we've received from race control that the rider that was involved in the incident turn 1 was bike number 172, Muhammad Faiz Rosman. He has been cleared from the track and brought to the medical center to receive a checkup and treatment. So we'll try to give you guys an update when we have it. But we are ready to get back to the on-track action here at Sepang. So I think also another update we received from race control is that the race will be reduced to only 14 laps instead of 17. So we stopped at 17 laps to go, but due to the time and able to catch up with the schedule, we will be reducing the lap for this race to 14 laps.
So our riders head out on track once again after the incident, and I believe they will be coming back onto the grid. Am I right, Hui Ling?
Yep, it should be a quick start procedure. And I think the grid position will be based on where they finish on the previous lap. So as we can see, as we see on the live timing here, it is still Adam on pole, followed by Amin Iza in second. So Ishak Barkri should be on the front row alongside them as well.
And then Dr. Mike and Team Savita will be in P4, followed by Raut Hatul Razman and Fahmi Abdul Wahab, followed by Kamarul Izzat Ishak. So to those of you out there, the respective leaders of the categories are Adam Nuruddin for the Allstars and Irsha Bakri for the Masters, and also Muhammad Hatul Razman for the Pro categories.
There you go, with a quick start procedure, one crew or one mechanic on the grid per rider.
So hopefully everyone goes into the right grid slots this time around. But Muhammad Adam Norodin resumes his spot on the far left of the circuit. The pole position is different compared to the cars, as these are the bikes, and they have a different starting position. And Adam Norodin will resume his place at the front of the grid.
Yep, and our cameraman on the grid just caught a glimpse of bike number 25. So Aslan Shah Kamaruzaman, who looked like he had a technical issue at the first part of the race. They are pushing his bike just to the correct grid position. So due to the technical issues he had, he's rejoining the race from the back of the grid. So lucky for him, the team managed to fix whatever issues he had in the time allocated, and he is back on the grid. However, a lot of traffic to get through if he is to catch up to Adam Norodin in the front. We still have 14 laps on the clock.
So there you go, we're getting ready for the second start of this afternoon here for the Allstars GP Master and GP Pro. Our crew have cleared the grid and our racers are ready to go. And they're off for a quick sighting lap before they then come back once again for the start procedure. And keep an eye out on the bike of number 25, Aslan Shah there. He should be making rapid progress up the grid. Should be someone that is interesting to look out for with the secondary start, hopefully with a fully functioning bike.
So for the GP Masters, earlier in qualifying, our poleman, Go Jia Hao, slightly further down this time around on the grid, starting from P9. Tobias Krapp for the GP Pro. He was quickest in qualifying. This time around, he's starting from P13. So, of course, a new start, a new race is also an opportunity for all the riders to redeem themselves, try to get a better start this time around. Remember, Adam Norodin also was one of the riders who had issues with the first start. So, hopefully, he pays a closer attention. And we'll also keep an eye on both Amir Izzat and Isha Barkri starting from the front row alongside him.
Yep, let's see if, previously in the first start there, you can see some of the bikes, they hopped the clutch a little bit. I think a little bit too much slip in there before they re-grip the clutch once again and then try to head off. And resulted in some of the starters, I think, in fact, what Hui Ling has mentioned just now, all of the category leaders in the last start had a suboptimal start, I would say.
So here we go, back on the grid.
So new positions for some of them, and hopefully we all fall into the right grid slot this time around. So there you have it, your front row is now full. Allstars 2 and Irshad Bakri over to the left-hand side. You can see in that white bike there, JDM Depot Petronas. All right, we are all lined up there. One more rider about to go into his grid slot there. Here we go. As what Hui Ling said just now, we are ready for our 14-lap race that will happen soon.
Looks like there's another confusion once again in terms of grid positions. This is definitely not good for some of the bikes because the track condition is heating up. Hopefully they don't stall too long on the starting grid. Let's see if the marshals can help clear the situation as quick as possible so we can get the race going.
So there you have it, the Ducati being pushed back and the Suzuki resuming in its rightful slot on the grid. There you have it. Now we have a completed grid. Our crew will slowly eventually leave the grid for the race start. But you're right, Hui Ling, sitting there cooking is not exactly the best move for some of these bikes down there.
So here we go. So thankful to the marshals for helping to clarify that situation. The green flag is being waved, red flag being moved out of the way. The 5 red lights will turn on and we will go back to racing here for the Moto MSF Superbikes All-Stars, GP Masters and GP Pro. And off they go this time around. Amir Izzat tries to lead the way, but you can see on the further left, I think that's a rider from row 2.
I believe that is row 2. Yeah, you're right, Dr. Mike, I believe, with a great start up front there, taking up to the lead position. But now, once again, Adam Nuruddin has resumed his lead in front. He's always had a great second phase acceleration there, resuming his lead down there. And Amir Izzat now back into second position as well.
So here we go. We are going head to head once again for 14 laps here at the South Track of Petronas Sepang International Circuit. Your race leader, once again, Adam Nuruddin on the Suzuki. He's definitely going to try to pull away as quick as possible. But let's see how long can Amir Izzat stay with him.
That's right. So it's Suzuki versus BMW at the front right now, with the S1000 now taking a very aggressive line coming out of the last turn there. And as they cross the line for the first time after the restart, it is Adam Nuruddin in the lead, followed by Amir Izzat and followed by Kamaru Izzat Ishak. What a great start from the pro rider there.
Yep, so once again, Kamaru had a great start. Ishak Barki falling one position behind. Hamzi, Ramzi, Heng Sikia, all the GP Masters riders hanging in there in the top 10 as well.
So there you have it. Kamaru Izzat, in fact, I just want to highlight the pro rider at one point was about to lead the race before Adam Nuruddin regained his lead once again at turn number 2 there. So here we have it. You're looking at your race leader in the Suzuki, Adam Nuruddin, chased by Amir Izzat in the BA Tuning BMW S1000.
So great battle here being shown by the All-Star Pro riders. We're going to look at Ishak Barki now trying to make a comeback for the GP Masters. So he's moving back. He's moved up to 3rd. But another quick lap time being clocked here by Adam Nuruddin, a 104.156. Not as quick as his second lap, I think, in the previous start. But looks like he is finding his rhythm here. Amir Izzat, with his experience here at Sepang as well, trying to do everything he can to stay as close as possible to the Suzuki rider.
Try the gap building up a little bit here as we carry on into 12 more laps to go. This is the second lap after the race restart here, and we see all our riders falling into a rhythm, finding their own rhythm as it goes on there. But Irshad Bakri really performing at the top of the GP Masters, and Kamaru Izzat really performing at the top of GP Pro as well.
Yeah, but looks like Kamaru is coming under some pressure from Radatu Rasman in bike 420. So a battle for the GP Pro top spot here. So we're going to see if our camera can go further back to try to catch the mid-pack battle. Here you go. Here you see just this group of riders from the GP Masters and GP Pro. Very close among each other. I think you have Hamzi Ramzi there, Kamaru Izzat, Gojia Hao. We have also Radatu Rasman. So it is a large group in the mid-pack. We're going to try to see if we can catch any good overtaking here as they come towards turn number 9.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, on the inside there. Here we go. What a dangerous line. Let's see if they... Wow. Acute angle into turn 9 there. What a brave move down there, trying to make something happen there in the mid-pack. I believe that is the mid-pack bike down there. We should be looking at Fahmi Wahab with that move down there just now.
Yep, so good battle between the GP Masters and GP Pro riders as our race leader continues to pull ahead. So almost 2 seconds now ahead is Adam Nuruddin from Amir Izzat. So we see if we can catch who are these riders just coming across the line. I think that's Kamaru Izzat. You also have Santiran there. So Santiran now in 2nd overall for the GP Pro, chasing down and putting some pressure on Kamaru.
Yep, only 1 second behind. The gap is really close. Actually, only 0.2 seconds behind. They are literally side by side as we go into 10 more laps to go for this race there. As we see another move down at turn 9 there.
So definitely a good heated battle there in the mid group. Also for the win of the GP Pro. For the GP Master, it is still Irshad Bakri in third overall. So he has opened up about 2.5 second gap from the rider in second, Hing Si Kiat.
Vastly different lines there. Let's take a look at Irshad Bakri, overall third and in class first position there in the white bike. Is really quick with the JDM, the Petronas Sprinter down the main straight there. In front is number 30, Irshad Bakri.
So we can see a few riders taking different racing lines on the start-finish straight as they dive towards turn 8. I think we can see Santiran there trying to do his best to hopefully try to take the lead. I think he has. So he came across the line, Santiran, as the new leader for the GP Pro. But Kamaru is still very close. So it is still a head-to-head battle there for both riders.
So aggressive lines once again being taken through turn number 9 there. We see the bikes getting really close. I believe that is Kamaru Izzat there racing with who I believe should be Michael Chan down at turn 10.
Yep, so while things settle in for the Allstars Pro, we are keeping a close eye on the battle for the lead of the GP Pro. So Kamaru Izzat on the BMW S1000RR. We have Santiran on the Yamaha R1. So he's defending with all his might, but they are trading positions lap after lap.
Again, different lines going into turn number 2 or turn number 8 there. I see some of the riders taking a different line, but I think in general the All-Stars are probably the ones that you really want to follow. Having a really wide line before converging into the apex for turn number 8, accelerating out. After all, these bikes are akin to drag racing monsters down the straight, right? So with incredible power there, it makes more sense to straighten your line, and therefore you can see the All-Stars rider all doing the same move. With the guys behind in GP Master and Pro emulating that same style, same riding line behind now.
So here we go, still keeping a close eye on the battle for the GP Pro. So we're going to look at the gap as they cross the start line once again. So Kamaru Izzat just squeezing right ahead of Santiran on this very lap. And then you have Radato Rasman also trying to join in the battle. Imran Hassan in fourth. Tobias Krab all the way down to Amin Ashari. So I think we have about 6 riders from the GP Pro all in with the opportunity to win it here. Because the gap between the 6 riders is almost about 2 seconds. So they're all packed together now with 7 laps to go.
Yep, really respectful racing room given by each other of these riders out there. They're riding respectfully, but also riding to the best of their abilities. Really quick down there. As we take a look again at Irshad Bakri at the front there, third position there. And we resume our mid-pack battle as we take a look at the other riders fighting for positions in the middle of the pack there.
Here we go as they come around. Still, you can see that 4 riders all bunched together from the GP Pro. So this time around, will it be Santiran? Kamaru Santiran now edges out on this lap, but we still have 6 laps to go. You can see in the back, you see Radatu Rasman, Tobias Krab, Amin Ashari, Imran Hassan all joining in the battle for the GP Pro.
You're looking at a drag race down to turn number 9 there with the 2 bikes on absolutely different lines there. Here we go once again. Closing the door on each other there is our racers down into turn number 9.
Yep, so while we've been talking about the GP Pro in the front, No changes for the Allstars Pro and the GP Masters. It is still Adam Nouruddin in the lead, followed by Amin Izzat, Ishak Barki in the top spot for the GP Masters, followed by Muhammad Fahmi and Heng Si Kiat.
Yeah, but the man to look after is definitely Muhammad Fahmi now, with a gap of only a few seconds away from Irshad Bakri and clocking a lap time that is about half a second faster every lap. So Fahmi Wahab versus Irshad Bakri is really the fight that we want to pick up on right now.
So this time Santiran managed just to stay ahead of Kamaru on this lap, opening up a little breathing space there from himself. So Tobias Krab slowly moving up as well. He's currently third overall for the GP Pro, pushing Radato one position down. Amin Ashari further down for the GP Pro. He's in sixth overall.
So close racing everywhere you see. Down at the South Track, one of the best ever racing experiences you can have over here at Sepang. And you can see these are our two contestants battling it out there for position. I believe that is the bike of number 51 and also 28 there. So that's Hamzi Ramzi versus Heng Si Kiat.
So it's great to see the strong battles here. I think we have Santiran in the front, getting through on Kamaru. So the gap slowly but surely opening up there for the GP Pro. In the front, quick update on the position for the GP Master. Heng Si Kiat looks like he lost another position, so pushing himself down to fourth overall, with Hamzi Ramzi moving up to the third spot for the GP Master.
So there you have it, a new podium for GP Masters. And for GP Pro, Santiran Nagaraju is still in the lead position of the class there, leading Kamaru. And Tobias Krebs have made up positions back up overall P11, but currently running P3 within his class there. And we see one overtaking move being attempted. I believe this is down into turn number 12 there. Really close side-by-side action, different lean angles, but for sure these two are not giving each other free positions through the entire track. Look at the bike behind creeping up on the more aggressive inside line there. Here is a drag battle down onto turn number 1. I believe we are looking at Muhammad Itham and Amin Ashari as they cross the line. This is for P16 and 17 here. Amin Ashari, the bike behind there, braking just a little bit later than the guy in front there, having the inside line there, but will he yield? Yes. Unfortunately, it might have been a little bit of a contact on the front part of the bike there.
Yep, so great to see the riders in the back battling out with 2 more laps to go. So this is only half track, so it's a south track, so very quick sprint lap for them. However, of course, they had to endure a red flag situation, having some delays in the race. But we are now finally down to the last 2 laps. So Adam Nouruddin, I know we haven't spoken much about him throughout the race. The gap between himself and Amin Izzat now all the way up to 18 seconds. So safe to say that Adam can pretty much cruise his way to a win here. So Ishak Barki for the GP Masters, holding off position from Fahmi Wahab. We may have a last minute battle here for the GP Masters. For the GP Pro, looks like Santiran is steadying his Yamaha R1 ahead of Kamaru Izzat.
So there you have it, that's your leader Adam Nouruddin crossing the line to do one final lap of this south track here. But the real battle is in positions 3 and 4, Ishak Bakri and Fahmi Wahab for the GP Masters. They're really close, just 0.2 seconds separating the 2 riders there. And as we take a look at our lead rider Adam Nouruddin on lap number 13 so far.
So here we go, Adam, a slight wheelie there. Looks like he will be very satisfied with his final result here in round 2. Because as you mentioned, in round 1, he had to yield victory to Aslan Shah in both races. So good to see him now back on top, and unfortunate to see Aslan's race being cut short here in round 2. hopefully to see him back in the third round to have a proper head-to-head battle against Adam. So Amir Izzat, this would be his best result here in the 2025 season, finishing second for the Allstars Pro. So here you go, Adam coming out, heading towards the straight.
The celebratory wheelie.
So Adam takes the checkered flag for the Allstars Pro here in round number 2.
So it'll be another about 15 seconds before we see Amir Izzat cross the line to take the checkered flag as well, securing his second position, and Michael Chan should come home in third position for All-Stars as well.
And let's see for the GP Masters, who will take the checkered flag first? Will it be bike number 30, Irshad Bakri, or Fahmi Wahab?
It looks like Irshad Bakri just takes it ahead of Muhammad Fahmi Wahab, which is in the Ducati. That's a Yamaha versus Ducati battle out on track there, with the Yamaha man winning out this time around. Irshad Bakri taking the GP Masters first in class position.
And here we go for the GP Pro. Santiran hangs on to P1. And Radatul Rasman steals second spot from Kamar Izzat on the line. Imran Hassan in 4th, Tobias Krab in 5th.
That's right. So there you have it. This is your finishing grid provisional results for the All-Stars GP Master and GP Pro as well. We have had an interesting race marred by red flags, of course. We hope the riders A-OK. But here we go. We have the provisional results out here for you right now for Moto MSF Superbikes. Now we cut to scenes of the celebrations in the pit lane as well. So there you have it. Moto MSF Superbikes All-Stars. First position, Adam Norodin, followed by Amir Izzat and Michael Chan.
So as you can see, the provisional results for the GP Master. Irshad Bakri from JDM Depot Petronas Sprinter takes victory, followed by Fahmi Abdul Wahab in second for FGRT Project 1. Hamzi Ramzi in third for Nizam Motor Gear United Oil Racing. Heng Si Kia and his BMW in fourth. Go Jia Hao fifth. Wesley Lim from Team Savita in sixth. And Idham Fatris Maslan in seventh.
As for the GP Pro category, we have Santara Nagaraju in the Nizak United Oil Racing in the R1 there. Radatul Rasman on the line with the S1000RR. Kamarul Izzat with his Koyak design S1000RR. Imran Hassan with the Honda. Tobias Krebs with the GSXR. Amin Ashari with the BMW. Muhammad Isriks, Shari Lau Wader, and Eric Chi Chuan Chow round up the entire grid there.
Alright, so that wraps it for round number 2 of the All-Stars Pro, GP Masters and GP Pro. The next race, so we have 2 more races on hand here for the Moto MSF Superbikes round 2. Coming up next is the final race for the GPX riders. So we're going to take a short break, and don't go anywhere. Continue to join us here live from Petronas Sepang International Circuit for all the action here from the Moto MSF Superbikes.
See you soon. Ciao.
See how you go.
Welcome back again to Malaysia Speed Festival MSF. We are live from Petronas Sepang International Circuit. I'm Kelvin. Next to me is the expert Hui Ling that has been commentating for you all this time here. We are back live at Sepang.
Yep, so we are ready to get going once again for the Moto MSF SuperBikes round number 2. So we've just completed the first final race that was for the Allstars Pro GP Masters and the GP Pro. So coming up next, we are awaiting the start for the MSF SuperBikes GPX.
Yep. So for this category, this class, it's a one-class race, and we will have 18 laps of sprint racing to enjoy right over here for us from the commentary booth, and for you either at Sepang or home online as well.
Yep. So we are expecting to see 14 riders fill up the grid here for the GPX, with bike number 91, Muhammad Abdul Ghaffur, leading the way. He qualified with a fastest lap time of 108.652. It's almost 1.5 seconds quicker than Muhammad Iqwan in P2. So Muhammad Iqwan best lap time in qualifying was a 110.224. Abdul Latif in the front row in third with 110.279. So the lap times between second to 7, I think it's pretty close. But Abdul Ghaffur, if he can manage to pick up equal pace here in the final race compared to his qualifying, he may be able to pull away in the front. So we're going to keep an eye. I think we see the pit exit is open now. So the teams and bikes probably have about 3 minutes to get out to head towards the starting grid.
We'll take a look at the starting grid in some time there, but you can see some beautiful racing machines heading out there onto the main straight of the South Track where we will be racing. And as this is a motorcycle race, the grid will be formed in 3 columns instead of the usual 2 with cars here. So for this race, we have a mixture of bikes here. We have Yamahas, we have Suzukis, we have BMWs, and also Ducatis out there. Not to mention also a Kawasaki ZX-10R that will be joining us in this race for GPX. So we expect good lap times between the 109 and 111 time frames, of which all 14 bikes belong to the same category. So I don't know about you, Hui Ling, but I expect them to be really close come the end of the race. 18 laps of sprint racing to go.
Yeah, based on their performance, I think in round number 1, there were a few close battle in the groups as well. So this time around, they are only taking on the South Track here at Petronas Sepang International Circuit. However, we look for equally exciting challenges here for them. So based on what we've got, information we got from race control during qualifying, the good news is majority of the riders here in round 2 are so much quicker than expected. Therefore, race control have even adjusted the lap timing blocks for the GPX. So they qualified, riders who qualified between the 109 to 111 time frame are in the GPX category. So they got a lot quicker. As I mentioned, Abdul Ghaffur, the only rider to clock inside the 108. Very, very impressive lap times there from bike number 91. So he's definitely the pole man that we will be keeping a close eye on starting. He will be sprinting off from the further left side of the track.
That's right. So, as you can see, the start has been quite interesting to watch, Hui Ling, just now. Like, for example, I remember Adam with the initial takeoff was not very good, but the second phase acceleration in that Suzuki is tremendous, to say the least. He definitely started the race hopping off maybe in third position, but come to the first corner, outbraking his fellow racers into turn one, into turn two actually, and making the first position at the front once again. So interesting to see how this group of racers start out this time around for GPX. You're looking at bike number 91, what Hui Ling has mentioned, Abdul Ghaffur Amran, the only guy to have managed to break into the 108s during qualifying.
Yep, so there he is on his R1. So for the GPX riders, they have lesser experience than the GP Masters, GP Pros and All-Stars rider. However, slightly more experience than the rookie riders. So let's see how they manage. Because as we shared earlier this morning, all the riders had gone through paid practice, and then they've also had their qualifying early on. So this is actually probably their third time heading out on track here today itself.
Yeah, bike number 150, you're looking at Abdul Latif bin Suib in the BMW S1000RR. As we wait for some of the other riders to grid as well, we will take a slow walk down pit lane to see the other racers out here. Now we have number 186. This is Benjamin Wong in the Mobilub Suzuki racing bike here. It's a GSX R1000. And this will be one of the top competitors out there in terms of power and in terms of handling as well. This bike is known for being quite a bit of a dragster down the main straight. And now you're looking at the 101 of Prabhaharan. This is, I believe, a BMW S1000 RR as well. An interesting bike choice here, but definitely one of the most popular bikes in MSF SuperBikes GPX here.
Yep, so while we head further down their starting grid, you can also take a look at the weather and the track conditions. It is scorching heat here as compared to the four wheels racing in wet conditions last night.
Yep, so Jeremy, you here with the Panigale V4S, not the R, this is the S version. But yeah, you are absolutely right. And I am actually secretly glad myself that it is not pouring down today. I mean, unfortunately for the racers, some of them might prefer a wet race, but definitely could be a bit treacherous if we had similar rain compared to yesterday. So I am, for one, glad that we have a good day ahead of us for racing. And we look at Muhammad Ibad Shukri in the S1000RR as well. Behind him is Chow Kwai San in the CBR 1000.
Alright, so I think the 3-minute board is being shown. So the crew and the rest of the teams are just clearing off. So we have 14 riders on the grid here for the final race of the GPX. As Calvin mentioned, it will be 18 laps of racing here this afternoon.
Yep, so 1 minute to go before we head down the track for one sighting lap for all these racers, and they come and pull back into their grid spots. Let's take a look and see if we have any more grid spot mishaps. Hopefully not this time around. As you can see, the GPX riders are indeed very experienced, but perhaps on the eve of starting the race, some nerves will start to creep in. 30 seconds before we release the entire group out for one sighting lap. But at the front there, we have Yamaha versus BMW with a Suzuki starting off in P4 position. So this should be quite interesting to see how they start the race.
So here we go, green flags being shown, all riders clearing the grid. This is your grid start. So Abdul Ghafur on the far left in pole position, Ikhwan Ibrahim on the front, middle of the front row, Abdul Latif in third, Benjamin Wong fourth, Prabhaharan in fifth, Muntasa in sixth, Jeremy Yu 7, Muhammad Ibat 8, and Chow Kwai San starting from P9.
And next up we have Jason Soon. We have then Shamsul Arif Awang, Carmen Lee, BA Tuning, Iskandar Zulkarnain, and finally in P14, Muhammad Amirullah Rashid. No Money Racing. Very interesting name out there.
All right, with blue skies above us, we are ready to go racing here for the GPX. So we had a slight delay due to the start procedure, but things are moving quickly and swiftly here with 14 riders just going on a very quick warm-up lap.
So all conditions are good on track. We do not foresee any debris on track or any encumbrances that might hinder our riders. Hopefully everyone has a nice clean start, and we look forward to a very exciting tournament. To those of you who are first joining us on this south track here, the south track has a little bit of a difference compared to the usual Sepang in that the first turn is a kink to the right hand side. A little bit unnatural for the riders because the brakes are all on the right hand side of the bike as well, causing the lean into the right hand to be a little bit unnatural for some. But this should be something interesting as our riders creep up into their boxes. We are about to be going racing here for GPX Superbikes.
All right, so the green flag has cleared the track. The 5 red lights should be turned on. And off we go. So it is a very quick start there from Abdul Ghafur. Ikhwan Ibrahim stalled on the starting grid. But looks like it is a clear start there as they head down towards turn 8.
Yep, there you go. Abdul Latif there is securing second position, but under attack actually by Prabhaharan. I believe that could be Prabhaharan now through, and he has now gained a position in that Ducati there. Sorry, that would be Jeremy Yu actually. Sorry, my bad. Jeremy Yu is now in second position with that Ducati Panigale. Really good start from them, but what a botched start from Ikhwan bin Ibrahim there in the other R1 there. Really went backwards at the beginning of the lap.
So Abdul Ghafur, we know he had the pace during qualifying. Can he try to clock in a few quick lap times here at the start of the race to pull far ahead from the rest of his rivals? So now it's sort of catch-up situation for all the riders behind him.
Yeah, so good start from Jeremy Yu in the Ducati there, but you can see Abdul Latif there in third position, trying to get past Jeremy now into second position as they go down the main straight. A bit of a wobble by Jeremy as they cross the line. It is indeed Jeremy Yu in second position and Abdul Latif in third position, but going really closely. But Mohammad Ikhwan really now fall back to fifth position there, losing 3 positions on the first lap on the race start itself there. But Jeremy Yu, a little bit wobbly at the beginning of the race now, starting to settle down and in fact chase down Muhammad Abdul Ghafur Amran for the race lead.
So I think we can see Ikhwan Ibrahim trying to do some catch up here in the back, slipping and sliding through turn 9. So remember, for this race, all riders are in the exact same category. That is the GPX. So they're not just fighting for a track position, they are also fighting for podium spots as well. Right now, the top 5 is Abdul Ghafur, Jeremy Yu, Latif Suib, Ibat Shukri, and Ikhwan Ibrahim.
Yeah, that's right. So keep your eyes out on bike number 90, Ikhwan Ibrahim, which had a nightmare start, but now slowly but surely getting back on pace now. As we see at the front there, do we have a lead change?
Oh, looks like there is Abdul Ghafur looking down at his R1. I'm not sure if he missed a gear there. Let's see.
So Jeremy Yu in the lead now. Abdul Ghafur with the aggressive line into turn 2, holding on to position behind Latif Sui. What a defensive line there. He has to be a bit more careful there. he might risk losing second position as well. But Jeremy Yu now firmly in the lead of the race.
Yep, so we expected Abdul Ghaffur to run away with the race. It has not happened so far. Look, we're going to keep an eye on his race pace. I'm not sure if he's losing pace there on his R1 because now he has Abdul Latif right on his tail, and Ikhwan Aziz and Ibad Shukri is hunting him down as well.
Yep, as we say just now, Ikhwan Ibrahim has made up one spot above and overtaken Ibad Shukri down at turn number 9 here. So we have a position change for 4 and 5 as well. But you're right, Hui Ling, I believe there might be something happening with Ghafoor Amran's bike here. He looks to be struggling on the straights here as Latif Suib is now right behind him, powering down the main straight as well. Oh, and the R1 seems to have regained its mojo as they head on to lap number 3 here with Jeremy Yu firmly in the lead once again.
Yep, so Jeremy taking full advantage of the situation here with 15 laps to go. So he's just taking a quick look behind Ghafoor Amran. If he regains his momentum, we may have not just a two-way battle, but a five-way battle.
Yeah,
and someone dies on the inside. I think that's
Ibad Shukri on Latif Suib there, BMW versus BMW. But they must not forget that Ikhwan Ibrahim is right behind them as well. And I believe that is a position change. Oh no, sorry, my bad. That's no position change yet. But
yeah.
Ikhwan Ibrahim is
and
right behind them.
Guess what? I can also see bike number 110, Shamshu Arif.
Yes, this is the type of race we want to see here at MSF SuperBikes GPX here. What an interesting race. On the outside he goes. I believe that is Ikhwan Ibrahim now into P2 if he manages to hold this down the main street.
So as they take on different racing line heading down to the front straight, Jeremy Yu has already cleared lap number 4. So here comes Ibad Shukri, Abdul Ghafoor, Shamshu Arif and Latif Shuib. So Ikhwan Ibrahim actually loses a spot on the start straight.
Yes, and Ghafoor Amran seems to have been losing pace ever since he started looking down on his bike. Perhaps something has happened there. But Ibad Shukri there, what a move. And we see Ikhwan Ibrahim there overtaking, I believe that is Latif Suib. Down into turn 9 there. So moves all over the track there as we resume our battle once again. And just take a look at that. Ghafoor Amran, our race leader, pole man, Ghafoor Amran is struggling to stay in the 3rd position there as he's being attacked by Latif Suib in the S1000 there. But right behind them, Ikhwan Ibrahim is now joining the battle as well.
Yep, so party battle happening right behind Jeremy Yu. Shamshu Arif, he was the one with the fastest lap on the previous lap. So here we go as they come down towards the straight once again, taking different racing lines, some with more slightly defensive move. We can see Abdul Ghafoor still looking down on his R1 as he tries to defend once again, going into turn 8.
What a move!
Unfortunately, loses another spot there.
What a move from Ikhwan Ibrahim there as he goes for the switchback there. But Ghafoor Amran remained calm and just used his normal line there. Ghafoor Amran definitely suffering a little bit of an issue with his bike as Ikhwan Ibrahim makes the move stick. Ikhwan Ibrahim recovers into the podium positions there.
Yep, so as Abdul Ghafoor continues to struggle here, we continue to have changes in positions here for the top podium spots. Jeremy Yu now 1.7 seconds clear of the battle happening behind him.
Yeah, that's right here. As we look at the rest of the pack here, we see at the moment it looks like Ghafoor Amran is the unfortunate moving chicane holding back the races behind him, perhaps having a bit of an issue. Latif Suib once again on the inside. This time he has the acceleration. I believe Latif Suib will be taking it down, but he has the disadvantageous line into turn number 1 here. Will he hold off? He does not, and Ghafoor Amran settles back into 4th position at the moment.
Yep, so Abdul Ghafoor survives another lap, but now coming under pressure from Latif Suib and Shamshu Arif. So he, instead of going forward, unfortunately, bike number 91, our poleman, is going backwards at the moment with 12 laps to go.
And at the front there, the battle is starting to shape up between Jeremy Yu and Ibad Shukri as well. We are once again reviewing ourselves on this is Ghafor Amran here for 4th position, with Latif Suib coming really close behind him, always in the middle sectors here. Into turn number 12 here as Ghafor Amran is trying to hold on to P4.
Yep, so Ibad Shukri finding a quicker pace in the last lap compared to our race leader Jeremy Yu. That's why we've been seeing the lap times, the gap closing down here lap after lap. Can Jeremy Yu respond? Because he probably think Ibad was slightly further. So now the gap opens up back once again to 1 second. Ikhwan Ibrahim trying to stay close to our top 2 as well.
Wow, the power of that Yamaha R1 shines through as Ghafor Amran outdrags Latif Suib down into turn 1 and emerges in front once again out of turn number 2. So holding on well here is Ghafor Amran, although we suspect he might be having a bit of an issue there, but he's definitely holding his own against Abdul Latif Suib.
Yep, so let's see right now our top 5, our top 4 being separated by 2.5 seconds.
So a really very close. You can see Jeremy Yu up in front there, but behind Jeremy, Ibad Shukri, Ikhwan Ibrahim, they are all close together. And here we go, another move from Latif Suib on Ghafor Amran here. He's on a different line as well, so we might see a pace difference on the main straight. But here we go, you're looking at the lead bike, that is Ibad Shukri, followed by Ikhwan Ibrahim, our second, our penultimate pole man, that is now in 4th position, Ghafor Amran as well.
Yeah, so far in the last first half of the race, Jeremy Yu has managed to steer clear of the battle. But we can see now Ibad Shukri coming under full pressure from Ikhwan Ibrahim. He goes on the outside line. Can Ibad dive back on the inside? No, looks like Ikhwan closes the door there. We see Abdul Ghafor gaining some momentum back once again in 4th position as well.
Yeah, so great battle from Ibad Shukri and Ikhwan Ibrahim. And there we go. Ikhwan Ibrahim once again tries to make a move on the outside, on the inside, as they now move into turn number 12 here. Ibad Shukri riding slightly defensively. That allows Ghafor Amran to really catch up to the back of this pack here. So now we shall see if Ghafor Amran with his very powerful R1 will be able to outdrag the bikes down the straight. Here we go. I believe that is Ibad Shukri versus Ikhwan Ibrahim at the front there. This is for P2 here. Look at that. The R1 powering down the main straight here and overtaking that BMW straight down the main straight. This is Ikhwan Ibrahim into P2, 1.4 behind Jeremy Yu. 9 laps to hunt down the race leader.
So here we go. Jeremy Yu just pacing himself with 9 laps to go. He's always looking over his shoulder,
I was about to say that.
trying to manage the gap there. Ikhwan Ibrahim, let's see if he can have the pace. Maybe he can even bring Ibad Shukri along for the ride as well. And we are not ruling out the riders in 4th, 5th and 6th. Abdul Ghafor, Latif Suib and Shamsul Arif.
That's right. So close battle there. If I was the crew of Jeremy Yu, I'll put out a plate to him right now. Stop looking behind. You have to push. You have to push because Ikhwan Ibrahim is coming for you. 1.4 seconds behind now. And once clear of Ibad Shukri, Ikhwan Ibrahim is putting down the pace, putting down a hammer down and trying to chase down the lead man, Jeremy Yu, up in front. There we have it. The gap is shrinking. You can literally see the gap shrinking right now.
Yep, so if we look at the last lap time from all our top 6 riders, I would say, Jeremy Yu is not the quickest. The quickest rider among the top 6 on the previous lap is the rider in P2, Ikhwan Ibrahim.
So like what Ling said, we are shaping to have a battle for the front here. If you can take a look at the front 2, they are getting really close between Jeremy Yu up in front, number 9, versus Ikhwan Ibrahim at the front.
Yep, so Ikhwan Ibrahim shaving time off our race leader Jeremy Yu at the moment. Good thing is we have 8 more laps of racing here for the GPX, so the battle is on. Ibad Shukri, he has his eyes on the front too as well. Latif Suib, he has his sights on the front group as well. So everyone is within reach and the battle is on to see who can pick up their lap times, pick up their pace here and try to take the victory here for the GPX in round 2.
Yeah, that's why you can see there live as Shamsul Arif overtakes Ghafoor Amran on turn 13 there. Ghafoor Amran nursing his bike home. A little bit of a problem for him, I suspect, here as we go down the main straight once again with 7 more laps to go. Your race leader is Jeremy Yu. If we can focus on the race leader itself, if we can take a look at the race leader up in front here, Jeremy Yu is only 0.3 seconds ahead of Ikhwan Ibrahim. And there we go. We might have a lead change there. Still in the... Oh, wow. There we have it. Ikhwan Ibrahim behind it. Jeremy Yu just lifting the rear. A little bit of mistake for the Ducati rider. Closes in. Ikhwan Ibrahim now closes in. Turn number 9 here. Ikhwan Ibrahim on the gearbox of Jeremy Yu.
Yep, so Ikhwan can see Jeremy struggling in the front. He knows he has to make a move. He has to take advantage of the situation. Ebat right there with him as well. Latif looking at the drama from the top 3 ahead of him. Here we go. 7 laps to go. Jeremy Yu, how will he defend the top spot now from all the riders trying to attack?
Wow, this is getting really spicy here. Just now, Jeremy, you made a bit of an error there down into the braking point into turn 9. Lifted the rear a little bit. Oh, wobbly. That's a wobbly Ducati down the main straight there. Will it be advantage Ikhwan for this lap here? 0.5 seconds behind, and Jeremy Yu is currently still your race leader, but the rest of the pack is sticking near the gearbox of Jeremy Yu right now as they power down the main straight. On the back straight again, Jeremy Yu just now lifted the back ever so slightly here. P1 to P4 separated by no more than 2 seconds down here at the GPX race.
So we can see Ikhwan trying to be a little bit more patient, but however, he is running out of time. He also has to be very cautious of Ebat Shukri and Latif Suib behind him. He doesn't want to lose any positions by trying to attack Jeremy Yu. Jeremy Yu looks like he found his rhythm once again.
Yes.
So far, so good, hanging in there in P1.
Yes, so far so good, hanging well, and at the moment setting one of the faster laps out there with a 1:11.164 the last time around. As he crosses this lap, he will set another lap of approximately 1:08, and that is incredibly quick. 1:08.9 versus Ikhwan 1:09.3.
Yep, so Jeremy Yu picking up his pace once again, trying to make sure he has some breathing space between himself and Ikhwan Ibrahim. We haven't seen any moves yet from our top 4. You can see Abdul Ghafoor here, so a pole man now all the way down in P5. He is significantly far from our top 4. Looks like he will have to yield the challenge for the win here in round 2.
Bit of an error from Shamsul Arif. That might have cost him a position as well, but definitely have given Ghafoor Amran some breathing space.
So here we go, Abdul Ghafoor on his R1, still going around here, still hanging on to the final podium spot here in the top 5 for the GPX.
And the back of the grid also racing really closely. We're looking at, I believe, Prabhaharan, Jason Sun, Chow Koi San, Benjamin Wong, and Carmen Lee as well. This is the battle for 9th to 12th position here. They're all very, very close to each other. And Prabhaharan is going to cross the line first out of these 4, followed by Jason Sun, Chow Koi San, and Benjamin Wong. So if we can focus back onto the front of the pack as well, we would like to take a look at the battle with 4 more laps to go. At the front, it is Jeremy Yu leading away from Ikhwan Ibrahim, 0.7 seconds behind, and Ebat Shukri another 2 more seconds behind, followed by Latif Suib and Ghafoor Amran.
Yeah, so we can see here Prabhaharan and Jason both taking different lines going into turn 9. Prabhaharan holding off in P7.
Really aggressive riding style here, with knees down, definitely almost shoulder down like into Sepang's turn 11 there. And it's Prabhaharan Nair leading the battle for 7th position here. The 4-bike battle in the middle of the pack here. And we re-look at the front again. I believe that is a lead change. Ibad Shukri taking the lead over Jeremy Yu and Ikhwan Ibrahim. So what has happened there, causing the lead change here? But Jeremy Yu definitely not giving up on the position anytime soon. Taking a very aggressive line into turn number 2 here with Jeremy Yu in the Ducati. Will he out-drag the bikes out in front here? But at the moment, the lead is the Ibad Shukri in the BMW out at front there. From 3rd place comes Ibad Shukri into the lead. Ikhwan Ibrahim still in P2.
Yeah, so we have a lead change, and Jeremy looks like he's going to lose one more position there to Ikhwan Ibrahim. So Ikhwan Ibrahim wasting no time at all because he is still in it for a chance to win. Ibad Shukri is right ahead of him. The battle for P1 is heating up with just 3 laps to go.
Yes, I believe we need to find out later from Jeremy Yu what's happened there, because it seems like he lost power, he lost traction for a moment there out of turn number 9 there and lost the position to Ikhwan Ibrahim, but they power down the main straight once again. It is 3 more laps. As they cross the line, it will be 2 more laps to go. Looking behind is Ibad Shukri, but Ikhwan Ibrahim is looking forward, powering down the main straight with higher top speed compared to the BMW. Up in front there is the Yamaha R1 into turn number 2 for 2 more laps to go. This is for the lead of the race.
And we see Latif Suib now putting the pressure on Jeremy Yu. Jeremy doing everything he can to survive the last 2 laps here for the GPX. Ikhwan, does he have anything left in his tank to make a move on Ibad Shukri for the win?
It is crazy racing 20 laps in this sweltering heat down at Sepang PSIC here. But Ikhwan Ibrahim might have to change strategy if he does not be careful anytime soon, because Jeremy Yu seems to have regained some rhythm and is now on the attack on turn 11 now into turn 12 with that Ducati V4S.
So here we go, Ibad Shukri, he is well aware of the position he's in. He's also well aware that there are 3 riders right behind him. So Jeremy looks like he still wants to go for it, and they almost touched there. I think that's Jeremy and Latif.
Yeah, that's right, Latif. Jeremy with the wider line out of turn 14 there and out dragging at the moment Latif Sui down into turn number 1 here. The race leader is still Ibad Shukri, and this is the last lap. This is epic. This is exciting. This is Moto MSF SuperBikes GPX here with everyone pushing to all their limits here. We can see physical limits being broken here. Ibad Shukri still in the lead, 2.227 seconds ahead of Ikhwan Ibrahim.
This is all out racing here. Nothing left in the tank here for Ibad Shukri, Ikhwan Ibrahim, Latif Sui, and Jeremy Yu. But so far, looks like Ibad is the rider in control.
Barring any mistakes, it will be Ibad Shukri, but Ibad Shukri taking a different line here. I believe he's feeling the pressure from Ikhwan Ibrahim behind in the black Yamaha R1 there. There you have it. We're going into the last corner as well. 13, 14. Now this will be the last chance for Ikhwan Ibrahim to take this race from Ibad Shukri there. Ibad Shukri is running the correct line there. It will be a drag race for the finish. Oh, there you go. Ikhwan Ibrahim for the race lead here. But Ibad Shukri is not done. Jeremy Yu shaking it and being P3 as well. That Ducati is wobbling under acceleration as they finish the race. Ikhwan Ibrahim taking the race lead from Ibad Shukri and Jeremy Yu.
So what an error there for Ibad Shukri. Ikhwan Ibrahim left it till the final straight. So congratulations to Ikhwan taking the victory here for the GPX in the Moto MSF SuperBikes round number 2. Ibad Shukri did everything he could to hold off Jeremy Yu for 2nd, Latif Sui in 4th, and Abdul Ghaffur in 5th.
That is such an interesting race, don't you think, really? Wow.
They left it all to the final turn, so Ikhwan Ibrahim looks like he came out victorious there. The provisional results will be shown before we take a short break to await the final race of the day. So a few more riders just coming across the line to take the checkered flag. I think that is Carmen and also Muhammad Iskandar.
There you have it. All our racers on track has crossed the line and taken a checkered flag. What an entertaining race. Thank you so much to all of you who are joining us here online on the track as well. And as we look at Muhammad Abdul Ghaffur Amran, he, a little bit frustrated, cutting a frustrated figure because I think might have been something happening to his bike there. but this has served up a very interesting race for us. And this is the provisional results that you are seeing here. Muhammad Ikhwan Ibrahim winning the race at the absolute last possible moment from Ibad Shukri here, with Jeremy Yu there wobbling down the main straight here within his Panigale V4 as Abdul Latif Suib, followed by Abdul Ghafur Amran, Shamsul Arif Arwang, Prabhaharan Nair, Jason Shum, Chow Kwai San, Benjamin Wong Yen Long complete the provisional top 10, followed by Carmen Lee, Skanda Zulkarnain, Muhammad Amirullah Rashid, Mutasar Muhammad Marsuki at the back of the grid there, plus 18, did not start.
Alright, so what a race for the GPX. I'm sure the top riders will have to be very, very proud of their performance. The team will be equally nervous as well, all the way to the checkered flag.
And that is Ibad Shukri. Wow, a race well done, a race well done indeed. We were very, truly entertained by that. I mean, he definitely has unfortunately lost the race on the last turn there, but in our heart, they're definitely one of the winners out there, Muhammad Ibad bin Shukri. A race well done for the number 53 BMW there.
Alright, so we'll take a short break before we return for the final race of the day.
Hello again and welcome back to MSF live stream here, Sunday Racing. We are witnessing the last race of this weekend here, where this track will be used in Anga. We have the sprint race 18 laps, group number 2 of Super Rookie and Super Sport. They are going out on track as we see here. We are looking at a massive grid of what should be 23 bikes here, with the Super Sport 600 cc's being flanked by the Super Rookies in the basically in all sorts of bikes that will go out there. And we are looking at our racers as they all head out on track there, as they will go grid for one last time today before we start our 18 lap race down here at Sepang. With me once again is, of course, Hui Ling. So hi Hui Ling, welcome back. And what do you have in mind for this final race?
Yep, so we're ready to go racing here for one last time for round 2 of the Moto MSF Superbike. And of course, it's the largest grid race that we will have this afternoon, courtesy of the Super Sports and the Super Rookies riders. So as the class name says itself, many of the riders on the grid here, they are new to the sports of moto racing. So many of them made their debut, had their first official race in round 1, which was a full track. This time around, they will be taking on the challenge of the South track here at Sepang. So we are expected to see almost a full grid, 23 riders on the starting line. And we have for the Super Sports, Diraj Tan. So Diraj will be leading the way. He clocked fastest lap time in qualifying of a 1:07.368. Alongside him, 2 more Super Sports riders, Jeff Chong and Mohammad Nablaf, Mohammad Rosli. So here on, we have our camera back on the grid. As you can see, the sun is still shining strong on us here on track, waiting for Diraj to just complete his sighting lap. For the Super Rookies, we will have Derek Lee starting from the front of row number 2 in 4th position. So his fastest lap time is qualifying was a 1:11.030.
There you have it, Diraj Tan, Team Savitar in the 26th bike that is coming in right now here. This, I believe, is the CBR 600 Honda. So a really impressive bike here, 600cc Super Sport. And next to Diraj will be position number 2. We expect the bike number 333, Jeff Chong, in the Yamaha R6 to be with us as well. There you have it. This is the grid spot for 333. And next to him is number 45, Nabil Alif. That is already on his grid spot. So 333 is coming onto the grid right now. For BA Tuning coming right up, Super Sports leading the way up in front here. So these 600cc bikes are incredibly fast as well, and this is something that we are looking forward to see. Close battles up in front in the Super Sport category. So top 3 is none other than the Diraj Tan, Jeff Chong, and Mohammad Nabil Alif bin Mohammad Rosli from Team Savitar.
So for the rookies, we are going to keep a close eye on basically all of them to kind of see who will be able to use experience that they've gained from paid practice, from qualifying to set the pace. They've of course had the opportunities to also watch the 2 previous races. So let's see how they will plan out their strategy. So this is bike number 444, Abdullah Tajuddin.
In the FGRT Project 1 Panigale there, very interesting bike, very beautiful bike there. Might be something of a, need to really consult with Jeremy on his previous race, because he had a bit of a traction issue coming out of a few bends there with the really wobbly rear end on that Ducati there. But definitely you can feel the power of that bike once everything gets put down on the track itself. You can see that bike really fly through, and 747 Shamwai him there. And also number 83 here with a very, really interesting bike here. Super Rookie CBR 1000 RR there. Number 83 in the orange bike there. So really good looking bike out there. We expect a good performance as well from the number 83 man, Suhaidi Mawat there.
So going further down the grid here, we have Chim Pisef. So he's in the Super Sports with the 222.
All the way from Cambodia, I assume? Yeah, so the Magic Papaya there. Very interesting bike choice and a beautiful bike there. And looking at number 228 as well, this is Marcus Lee in the Super Rookie ZX 6R.
Yep, so Marcus new to the Moto MSF SuperBikes. However, we have seen him in our Moto MSF Supermoto. He's been crowned rookie champion in the Supermoto before. So good to have him join us here in the Superbike Championship.
So Jakob there with the Panigale as well, and 811 also with a Honda CBR 1000 RR there. That's the Super Rookie of Abdul Wafi Lokman.
Yep, so as we said, this is a large grid that we have here. We're going further back here. Bike number 95. That will be Ashri Abdul Rahim starting from P17.
Yeah, so 3 Super Sports starting at the front, and we have a scattering of Super Sports in between the Super Rookies there. So those of you out there, Super Sports are bikes that are 600cc, right? Am I right, Hui Ling?
Yes.
600cc's, and Super Rookie is basically anything goes, but with a lap time of below 1:11 on the south track here. As everyone clears the track, we are about to go racing for one final time this weekend at MSF Malaysia Speed Festival Round 2, as we look at the grid, which is starting with Diraj Tan on the far left, followed by Jeff Chong of BA Tuning, Nabil Alif Mohammad Rosli, Team Savitar, followed by Derek Lee, Chong Zi Kin, Izzat Shami Nazri, Akmal Faiz Hamdi, Abdullah Muhammad Tajuddin, and Shum Waihim making up the top 9 bikes.
Yep, then we have Suhaidi Mamat in P10, Chim Pisef in 11, Marcus Lee from Singapore in 12, Jakob in 13, Abdul Wafi in 14, Cheng Kit Man in 15, Saidatol in 16, Ashri Abdul Rahim in 17, Yaidi Muhammad in 18.
As this is a long grid with 23 bikes here, Sean Lloyd Chikiat, Sharin Shoaib is Wandi Mahmoud Maslan Ghazali, and Nizar Shahmin Sazali rounds up the grid. So our racers go along for their sighting lap. This time around, it will be the final race of this weekend. We're looking forward to great action coming from especially the Super Sport guys, and let's also see what our Super Rookies can do this time around for MSF Superbikes.
Yep, so similar to the GPX, it will be an 18 laps race. A very quick warm-up once again for all riders. They'll get back straight to the grid.
So this time around, if you have joined us since the last race, you will see clearly on camera that the clouds have shifted a little bit. Welcome to Malaysia, guys. Then those of you who are first time to Malaysia, or not natives of Malaysia, you'll see that our weather changes quite frequently as our riders power along the track for their sighting lap before they head onto their grid spots. 23 bikes here We're hoping that everyone gets safely into their slots here to get ready for the race start.
Alright, so all riders is getting into position.
There you have it, the first bike on the grid. Of course, none other than a 333 of Jeff Chong there, followed by Diraj Tan on his left, and also Mohammad Nabil Alif on the right. So these are the three that you want to look out for this race start here. It's going to be exciting. The lift off, the race start from these bikes is nothing short of fantastic, nothing short of exhilarating. And let's take a look for the last race of this weekend for MSF round number 2. You are looking at Superbikes, Super Rookie, Super Sport production for one last time here for this weekend of racing. We have a little bit of a grid adjustment before we go racing here. So this is one last minor adjustment before we all go racing. So green flag is out. We are about to go racing. Our red flag is moving away. The lights go on. We have it almost going ready for racing here. The red lights go on. And it is off. We go for racing. Lights out and away we go. Off into turn number 1. Great start from Jeff Chong. Straight into the lead. Diraj Tan filtering into second place here, with third place up for battles as well from Team Savitar. And that's Mohammad Nabil Alif now into third position. But Jeff Chong with a great start. The 333 man now firmly into the lead of the race here in lap 1. Oh, and look at that. Diraj Tan seems to be suffering a little bit of an issue there as he falls down into third position as well. What a race start for the 333 of Jeff Chong.
So great start there. Clean start there from all our rookies trying to maneuver through turn 8. As you can see, with their lack of experience, slightly slower going to turn 1, but all good, all clear with Jeff Chong ahead for the Super Sport. So let's see how the gap is in the mid-pack for this Super Rookie, because I'm going to try to predict a closer battle as you can see them coming around going into turn 11.
Yeah, that's right. So lap times are being set for the first time here on this track. Jeff Chong leading the way, crossing lap number 1. Diraj Tan 1.6 seconds behind, 1 second behind, and following in third position is the Super Rookie of Akmal Faiz, followed by Izzat Shami of the Super Sport production, Super Production here. There you go, move into turn number 2 there. Oh, overshooting. That is Izzat Shami trying to attack Akmal Faiz into turn number 2 and running a little bit wide there, resulting him under attack from Marcus Lee right now for 5th position and 4th position.
It's a great start there from Akmal Faiz. He started on P7 and he's moved up all the way to 3rd. Great start there from Marcus Lee as well, starting from P12. So we have a few movers and shakers here after the opening lap for the Super Rookies.
Yeah, that's right there. And in front, Jeff Chong is still in the lead there, duking it out with Diraj Tan. Oh, we have a crash, and there's a rider out. I believe this will be at turn number 8 and 9 there. We have a rider down as well. Let's take a look if we have indeed a flag change situation out on track. But until now, it is still green, and we are still racing with wave yellows at turn number 9.
Yep, so far the race continues on with Jeff Chong in the lead. However, Diraj Tan in second just clocked the fastest lap time of 108.0. So he is catching up to Jeff Chong in the front. Akmal Faiz now under pressure from Izzat Shazmi.
There you go, there's the crash bike at turn number 9 there. We believe it is the bike of Nizar Shahmi or Iswandi Mahmood. And there you go, there you have it.
So there you go, Izzat Shazmi just swing past Akmal Faiz. So here we go, there's changes in position in the front. So for the Super Sports, passing the Super Rookie leader, Marcus Lee, we can see him inside of Akmal Faiz as well. So the Super Rookie in the front getting a little bit closer. Wafi Lokman in there as well. Suhadi Mamat, good start there, moving from P10 to P7.
Yeah, so good battles all out in front there. If we can just take a look at our race leaders up in front, we see Jeff Chong duking it out with Dhiraj Tan on the back straight now. This is the battle for third position. This is Izzat Shami leading Akmal Faiz and Marcus Lee.
Yep, so now we can see the close battle for the lead of the Super Rookie. Akmal Faiz versus Marcus Lee.
That's right, Marcus Lee now chasing down Akmal Faiz in front there with 116. Izzat Shami now out of camera, out of cam view for a little bit now. But up in front in the Super Sport production, we have a close, really close battle up in front between number 333 and number 26.
So Marcus Lee now right on the rear wheel of Akmal Faiz. So the Super Rookies now going head to head here. The battle for P1. So Marcus did not have the best round one, but looks like he is bouncing back here in round two, pushing really hard for the win here with 14 laps to go. So
Yes.
exciting battle for the lead of the Super Rookies.
There you have it. This is the battle for the race lead between, I believe this should be Jeff Chong versus Dhiraj Tan here. And it is 0.235 separating both of them. Remember, Dhiraj Tan is the one with the faster lap time now, and Dhiraj is the one in pole position. But Jeff Chong has had a mega start and is now in the lead with 4 laps done, 14 to go. This is the battle for the race lead here.
So here we go. Not only do we have a battle for P1 for the Super Sports, right behind them it's also the battle for the victory of the Super Rookies. So a few close battles happening out in the front between our top 10.
So 14 more laps to go. This is shaping up to be something really, really spicy. The battle for first at MSF SuperBikes. This is for Super Sport production between Jeff Chong and Dhiraj Tan here. Both taking different lines into turn one, but Dhiraj with the massive top speed going down into second turn here, taking a different line compared to Jeff Chong here. Maybe Dhiraj has the more aggressive line coming out of turn two. The gap has been shrinking. The lap times once again for Dhiraj Tan is on par with Jeff Chong, and these two are side by side as they go into turn 9 of Sepang right now once again.
Yep, this is the battle for the win of the Super Sports production with 13 laps to go. For the Super Rookies, we can see now in third position Suhaidi Mamat coming under pressure from Wafi Lokman as well. Nabil Alif for the Super Sports has gone further down to 8 overall. So he's sort of a sandwich between the Super Rookie riders.
Yep, there you go. Once again, this is a move. This is about to be a move for the race lead here. Dhiraj Tan behind Jeff Chong, taking it really, really, really patiently is the number 26 bike of Dhiraj Tan, chasing down the 333 of Jeff Chong once again.
So let's see which battle that our camera crew can catch on track. Marcus so far still hanging in there with Akmal Faiz. Both of these rookie riders had fantastic start, and it's great to see them battling out for the win here.
So Izzat Shami, Akmal Faiz, Marcus Lee, Saudi Mamad all just crossed the line, and you are looking at the battle for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, all within a single straight, just a few corners separating all of them there. There you go, that's the orange bike there. I believe that is Suhaidi Mamad in the 83 there, under attack from Wafi Lokman behind him.
I think he just passed Marcus. So
Wow.
Suhaidi Mamad just moved out one position. So Marcus Lee unfortunately loses, drops to third overall for the Super Rookies. So Suhaidi Mamad, the rider on the move now in the Rookies.
Definitely on the move there. So Suhaidi Mamad only has one more guy to aim for, that is Akmal Faiz. He will be looking to take it to him to lead the Super Rookie category. With a lap time of 1:11, he is on the move.
Oh, I think he just overshot.
Ever so slightly.
So Suhaidi Mamad looks like he went a little bit wide there, allowing Marcus to go ahead once again, but still very close battle coming down the straight. Is he going to take it back?
Look at that. That is what I call power.
And we can see Wafi Lokman behind Marcus as well. So close battle here for the super rookies. And we can see Nabil Alif, one of the super sports rider right behind them.
Yeah, there you go. So Suhaidi Maman once again very wide. Maybe it's the characteristics of the bike. That is a 1000cc, a liter bike under him right now as he navigates turn number 9 here. But this time around clearly ahead of Marcus Lee. And with barring any mistakes, he should stay ahead of Marcus Lee.
So Akmal Faiz so far in the clear from the battle of these super rookies from 2nd all the way down to 4th. So in the front, it is still Jeff Chong from Dirashtan and Izzat Shazmi for the Super Sports top 3.
Yeah, but just looking at the super rookie battles that we just narrated just now, behind them is number 45 Nabil Alif now, the 5th one in the view right now, as Nabil Alif with the 600cc is going to try to make up that lap time and move up, but he's currently running P4 in a super sport production class there.
So here we go. We are almost at the halfway mark here in round 2 of the Super Rookie and Super Sports battle.
Yeah, if we can go back to the race leader once again, it is only 0.179 separating between Jeff Chong and Diraj Khan as well. We can go back to the race leader. We will see a very close battle for Super Sport. There you have it. That is the battle for the race lead. Overall first position as well between Jeff Chong and Diraj Khan. It's shaping to be really spicy as they come up to some back markers on the straight here. This is Jeff Chong. He has to navigate the back markers there. And Diraj Khan is just basically right behind. Oh, a bit of a slide here. Minor correction from Jeff Chong as Diraj Khan also runs a little bit wide here with a back marker in between them right now. Okay, they clear up. Oh, there's a move. Diraj Khan with the move. Trying to make a move down into turn number 9 there, but Jeff Chong covers it really well. And Diraj has to settle back in 2nd position for now. 9 more laps to go.
So now finally things are heating up in the front between Jeff Chong and Diraj Khan. So both in the Super Sports category, while Izzat Shami is a whole 24 seconds behind our top 2.
Yeah,
so we still have a long way to go with 9 laps. Let's see how Diraj manages his tires.
Oh, just look at this. The lean angles between the Super Sport and the Super Rookies is just different here. The Super Sport guys are really giving it all their own with at least 400 cc's less compared to the Super Rookies. Super Sport guys are really going all out with the heavy lean angles and aggressive riding all around there. So whoa, look at the front there. Double move from Jeff Chong to try to put off Diraj Khan from the first turn attack there. Slightly leaning back and retreating and then re-leaning in again. Great move from Jeff Chong to hold the lead. But how long can he hold on? Because obviously Diraj Khan looks like he has more pace in reserve there.
So just maneuvering through a few more back markers. Diraj just playing the long game right now, being very patient. Just studying the moves, studying the lines of Jeff Chong, waiting for the perfect opportunity to try to make an attack for the lead.
Okay, wow, Jeff Chong going a little bit deep into turn 14 here. Diraj will have the better angle, better acceleration out of the last turn there. Jeff Chong, will he be able to hold on to the lead there? I think Diraj will have the better top speed down the main straight as well. As you can see, the gap closing between Diraj Khan and Jeff Chong here as we approach breaking point again for turn number 2.
Yeah, so we're still following the top 2. They have obviously stayed clear of the rest of the pack now. Izzat Shami still there in 3rd. As for the Super Rookie, our leader is still Akmal Faiz. Suhaidi Mamat in 2nd, Wafi Lokman in 3rd, and Marcus Lee has fallen another position further down to 4th. Derek Lee moves up to 5th. So that is your top 5 for these Super Rookies.
As they have a Super Rookies crossing the line now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All of them crossing the line there is your Super Rookie guys. But the camera is now looking still at your race leader right now. This is overall leader Jeff Chong.
Yeah, we're gonna see if we can go back a little. I think Ahmad Faiz, Suhaidi Mama, and Wafi Lokman are in a close battle, our top 3 for the Super Rookie. You can see them just coming out of turn 9.
So 6 more laps to go. This is our mid-pack battle here.
Yeah, I think that is Marcus and Derek. Let's see if we can go further ahead.
Oh, we have an incident. We have a rider down.
So I think that is the bike.
We have 6 laps to go. We have a rider down here. But that should be, that looks to be Chim Piseh. Or either that or it should be Abdullah Muhammad Tajuddin in the FGRT Project 1 there. As we once again we resume the battle. This is for 4th position between Akmal Faiz, Suhaidi Mamat, Abdul Wafi and Muhammad Nabil Alif. There you have it, the orange bike there. You're looking at Suhaidi Mamat.
Let's see, this is the battle. I think this is Wafi Lokman and also Nabil Alif.
You're right, spot on there.
So they are both behind. You can see Nabil Alif, just as we mentioned, he has been in between the Super Rookies. So Marcus, we can also get a glimpse of Marcus and Derek behind them.
Yep.
I think Derek has just passed Marcus for another position, so slowly moving up with 5 laps to go.
That's right. So we need to look back at our race leaders at the moment because the gap is just 0.0929 hundredths of a second. We need to find our leaders again. Jeff Chong versus Diraj Khan. 5 more laps to go. This is shaping up to be extremely spicy for the lead of the race.
Yep, so we can see here based on our lap timing, Derek has made a move on Nabil Alif in the Super Sports as well. So a few changes here in the mid-pack. Marcus doing everything he can to hang on to this group of Super Rookie riders.
That's right. So, I mean, his bike is not exactly slow, but definitely compared to some of the machinery, some of the weapons that Super Rookies are using, his might look a little bit behind on horsepower there. So there we have it. This is Suhaidi Mamat in the mid-pack battle.
Here
Oh, there's a
comes
move.
Derek with another move.
Yes, a beautiful move. That's Derek on Abdul Wafi Lokman there. They're dicing and slicing together to get a move down into turn number 13 as they rejoin the main straight for one another. Oh, this is now the race lead. We are looking at the race leaders, Jeff Chong and Diraj Khan, the blue and the orange-red bike here. 0.266 separating both of them with 4 more laps to go. This is for the win of the race.
Yeah, we're coming down to the wire here. But so far, Diraj has been as close as he can to Jeff Chong, but no move, no attack has been properly made yet. I'm not sure if he's just waiting down to the final couple laps, but he only has 3 laps left.
That's right, so not a lot of time there left for our riders to go. 3 more laps to go. Oh, and Diraj Khan slipping back 1.5 seconds behind with a last lap time that is 0.1 slower than Jeff Chong. Seems like Jeff Chong has just taken it up another gear, setting a really quick lap time of 107.845. You're looking at our race leader here. This is the 333, Jeff Chong.
Yep, and for the Super Rookies, you can see that the rider who is making a last-minute push is Derek Lee. So he was actually in 5th overall, but now he's not only past Marcus, he's also past Wafi Lokman, Suhaidi Mamat, and he actually has his eye on the victory here now with Akmal Faiz right ahead of him.
All right, for the Super Rookie, it's Derek versus Akmal here. But for Super Sport Production, Jeff Chong is ahead of Diraj. 2 more laps to go.
So we're coming down to the wire here. I'm not sure if Suhaidi Mama made a mistake.
Oh, that's a fall. That's Jeff Chong.
Oh, looks like even Dheeraj Tan has slowed down to avoid that incident as well.
So that's a fall down at turn number 2 there. Jeff Chong, which is in the lead of the race with 2 more laps to go. Is he gonna recover the bike? Let's take a look on track action there. We're looking still at the mid-pack here. They are not stopping. The battle continues for the rest of the riders out there. Such is the lead of Jeff Chong and Dheeraj that even if this happened, they still have a gap of 40 seconds to recover. Let's see if they cross the line this time around for Dheeraj, and Dheeraj will inherit the lead after that fall.
So unfortunate error there from Jeff Chong. Just a slight distraction there with 2 laps to go.
So Dheeraj crosses the line for lap 17. You're on the final lap right now. We'll try to acquire him once again on our cameras. Jeff Chong has unfortunately fell on second turn there. I believe that is...
you can see them recovering his bike. Looks like he will not be rejoining the race. So that is very unfortunate there for our previous race leader, Jeff Chong. And for the Super Rookie, there is a change in position as well. Derek Lee has taken over the top spot from Akmal Faiz.
So great move there from Derek Lee, number 73, to take a great position there from Akmal. The Super Rookie there really making the moves out there.
Yeah, we have a few last minute changes as well. Marcus recovering now ahead of Wafi Lokman and Suhadi Mamat. So Marcus Lee now up to 3rd overall for the Super Rookie on the very last lap.
So there you have it. Our race leader will soon cross the lap. The race leader will cross the finishing line to win the race, and that is Dheeraj Tan across the line, taking the win for the overall as well as the Super Sport Class.
So we were hoping for a final lap battle between Dheeraj and Jeff Chong. Unfortunately, that did not happen, with Jeff Chong taking himself out of the running with 2 laps to go.
That's right. Didn't recover the bike. Looks like a simple low slide, but hopefully everything is okay with the rider, and hopefully he will make a recovery for next round of MSF racing here. As we expect now, Muhammad Izzat should cross the line anytime soon to take 2nd position for the Super Sport. And in a few more seconds, Derek Lee will lead away Akmal Faiz and Marcus Lee to cross the line and take the finish for the Super Rookies.
Yep, so great battle there for our top riders in the Super Rookies category as well.
And there you have it. All riders have been accounted for. All on track have crossed the line for our final race this time at the MSF Round 2. And in a short while, we'll show you the provisional results that we have for you here for the Super Sport and Super Rookie class as well. There you have it, our riders slowly making their way back into the pits. A race well fought, 18 laps of racing here, and so close, so near but so far for Jeff Chong, which has led majority of the race, and I'm sure he will come back stronger the next time around. But these are your provisional results for the Super Sport production, starting with Dheeraj Tan, Izzat Shami Nazri, Nabil Alif, Asri Abdul Rahim, Jeff Chong, Chim Piseth, Nizar Shahmi Sazali.
And your provisional results for the Super Rookies. Victory goes to Derek Lee on the Ducati Panigale V4S. Akmal Faiz from No Money Racing by Brab with Estremo takes P2. Marcus Lee on the Kawasaki in 3rd. Abdul Wafi on the Honda in 4th. Suhaidi Mamat for Koyak Design Mechanica Racing in 5th. Shomwai Him on the BMW in 6th. Cheong Si Kin in 7th, Saidato Zakira on the Triumph Street 66675 in 8th, Jakob In 9 for FGRT Project 1, Maslan Ghazali for Niza Motor Gear United Oil Racing in 10. Alright, so this is your live view of our pit lane. So of course, we've completed all the final races for round 2 of the Moto MSF Superbikes here at the South Track of Petronas Sepang International Circuit. We would of course like to thank everyone who tuned into our live feed, live coverage. If you are here with us in Sepang as well, we hope you enjoy all the battle, all the action on track, because we surely did. So thank you to all the teams and riders as well for bringing the best of the best here in round number 2.
That's right. Hope you enjoyed. We surely did ourselves here. So thank you very much for tuning in today.
And we look forward to seeing you in the next round. Bye.
Ciao.